first we can introduce ourselves to the camera, to Jackson, starting with Shaphan.
My name is Shaphan David Siders.
I am Frank Conti.
Perfect. And then I'll ask you both a few questions, and whoever wants to answer them first can. Okay. In
We
3
get
words.
buzzers?
In 3 words, summarize yourself.
Curious, determined, imaginative.
I answer it too.
Mm-hmm.
No, those were for you. Those
Oh,
were
artist.
Yeah, those.
3 words. Okay. Pleasant, enigmatic, and genuine.
Okay. Okay. What do you do besides acting? Career-wise.
I work on a farm. Sheep, goats, horses, corn, soybeans, etc. Guineas, turkeys.
Excellent.
Funny, I do too. No. No.
I was again I'm answering for you.
How about that? I do carpentry. That's my job.
Who do you work for?
Myself. It's my own company, and I do home remodeling, general carpentry, and home fix-up stuff, room additions, simple things like that.
Okay. Tell me a challenge on the workday. Any challenges? Maybe unhappy customer, or do you have any
Usually
stories?
it's always talkative customers. That's the issue. If they want to talk to me, usually it's the older people. They just talk your ears off, and they'll tell you all their problems, tell you what's wrong with their kids and what's wrong with their grandkids, and then expect you to sit down and have like a hot tea with them or something. It could be the hottest day in the summer, and they want to serve you their little lunch and a hot cup of tea.
Good. What about you, Shaphan?
Nothing like that at all. Goats don't talk.
Lucky.
Yeah, because they're really stupid. Well, today, for instance, something really hard that I had to deal with was not having a tree fall on me. One did fall on me, actually.
Oh.
Grazed my arm. I almost lost it because it was over a fence, and these trees grow like 6 feet a year, and we cut them all off every year to feed to the goats. So all these goats are around me, and I'm behind this thing and cutting this tree, and it falls and it catches the fence, and I didn't see a branch, and the branch just kind of came down and almost caught my arm on this barbed wire fence. Yeah, it was a good time.
All right.
Got my
If you could know when you were to die, would you want to know?
Absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt.
And why?
Oh, you just plan so much around that. You plan for it. Did you ask how?
No, just why.
Just why? Yeah, I want to know. I'd love to know that. That'd be great.
Okay. What about you, Frank?
No, not really. It's not an issue for me.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to?
I think I feel pressure to want to cram a whole lot more stuff. It's like things are a little hectic enough, I think.
Okay. Good. Any questions out here? Let's do one question from either of you.
What brought you into wanting to be an actor?
What brought me into being an actor? I got the bug in high school. It was a thing called air band where the kids get up there and perform the song, but they don't actually sing or do any kind of instrumentation. And I did Marilyn Manson's "Sweet Dreams." I had long hair at the time, and was rocked out, and it's a 1,500 seat auditorium, so it's sold out. Everyone was going crazy and wild, and just loved it. I was scaring so many people. It was a very diverse school, and all the groups of people were reacting differently, but yet the same way. And I actually made a 6-year-old boy cry, and his mom had to leave the auditorium with her son, because I was just so crazy. I mean, I had all the makeup, and the hair was black and long and wet, and all this costuming stuff, and I was up and down in the aisle just being really creepy. And it was a blast. But that's when I was like, oh, this is great. Not because it was creepy, but because of the end. And then I perfected it, and I love that collaborative effort of things, being creative. And I just grew and fell in love with it even more after that, once I really knew what the true nature of it is. And that's not just that, but so much more. So I stuck with it.
Excellent. What about you, Frank?
Roy Rogers. watching the Westerns on a Saturday morning. As a kid, most of that stuff, it didn't get any better than that. And true story, me and my brother, we got a big kick out of all that stuff, so we figured we're gonna be the Rustlers today, after one of the episodes. So we watched this kid, we hide in the bushes, and we watch this kid, and when he's done with his bike, he goes in the house, and we went and stole his bike. Just to see what it was like. Why do the Rustlers steal stuff? So we thought we were trying to steal stuff. So we got a lot of trouble for that, by the way. I didn't think about it anymore. All through high school, it didn't matter to me. And nothing beats being a kid, I think, or the joy of life. And as you get older, you get to appreciate a whole lot more. And I think it's just illustrating that and telling stories. I love that.
Excellent. Alana, did you have a question?
Yeah. Which book's film adaptation would you want to be in the most? So if a movie was made of a book, which movie would you want to act in of that book?
Well, there's so many movies that actually are made from books.
How about one that hasn't been made yet? A favorite book that you would just love to act out the story of?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
how-
many
it
of the
could've
good
been
ones
made
are
already.
actually already
So,
movies, like
yeah,
Into the
yeah.
Wild was the most
Okay.
recent, but that's already been made a movie. Of Mice and Men's already been made a movie.
So we'll just go with,
Of
even
Mice
if
and
it's
Men,
already...
Old Man in the Sea, that'd be a really cool one too.
Okay.
Ernest Hemingway. Old Man in the Sea. I'd be in that. I don't know what I'd be. Be the boy or something. I don't know.
I'd vote for the Norm Grabowski story. He was actually a farm boy, and he had an old rusted car in his field on the farm where he lived. And he took a hacksaw to it and he chopped it, and he lowered the top on the car. And he loved hot rods, and he was just having a good time. So he wanted to be a hot rod builder, and he built the T-bucket. He became famous for it, for the TV show 77 Sunset Strip. The character Kooky pulls up. They wrote the little song "Kooky, Lend Me Your Comb." Remember the series? So Norm Grabowski started building cars for Hollywood people, for actors and for TV shows and stuff. And he loved doing all that stuff. And he became an extra in a lot of TV shows. I guess he wasn't a very good actor, but he loved it. And he would be like on, remember the old Batman series, Batman and Robin on TV? He was always one of the criminals or one of the thugs. And he was always fighting and doing stuff. And he was just having a ball. Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Okay, well, let's say bye to Jackson. Bye, Jackson.
Bye, Jackson. Thanks.